Now, before we let you go, George, Clairmont, could you tell us a bit about what you're going to be doing on Tuesday, just to educate the audience for those who do not know what we're talking about?
As far as I know.
As far as you know.
They basically, I go in at 6 a.m. in the morning, Tuesday morning. I will then go through the preparations. I think part of it is they're going to put a stocking on me. I forget what it's called really, the name of it. Yeah, just trying to kill the sound. Yeah, they're going to put a stocking on me, and then they're going to put it's a kind of a bubble thing they put in your leg, the massager, to keep the circulation going. They're going to put intravenous in and a catheter. All these things will be done while I'm asleep. Mm-hmm. Only the stocking and the bottle part I know about, but the rest of the stuff, they're going to be sticking things in my hands and down my neck and all that. So those wonderful stuff. So I'm probably looking a real sight when I'm done. Apart from that too, the anesthetic that they give you, as far as I've been told, is comprised of three things. It's comprised of medication that makes you sleep. One is pain, and the other one is a muscle relaxer. Mm-hmm. Interesting. I didn't know that. So when they were explaining this to me, I'm like, oh, so that's what happens.
So you're going to be a live donor for Jada. Jada, tell us a little bit about the wonderful little girl that you're...
Jada is a year old. She just turned a year on the 26th of September. What I've noticed about Jada is that I think for the last couple of days or weeks or so, she's gained at least an inch, 2 to 3 inches stomach-wise. I think she's developing some fluid in the stomach. I'm not quite sure why or how that happens. She's also suffering from biliary, which is kind of like a hardening of the liver itself. So, with a disease like that, children don't live past 2 years. And she's a year and a month now, you could say. And so, you know that give her another 2 to 3, 4 months, she'll get sicker and sicker and sicker if she don't have this thing done. Now, somebody asked the question, why her? Why did I choose? I don't think I choose. I think God chose me to do the job at this point in time. Had you asked me this a year ago, probably even 10 years ago, I don't know what my answer would have been. But I have this habit of saying things, especially when I'm in church. And either the Lord will remind me of what I said, or the enemy will test me on what I said to see if I'll stick to my word. And one of the things that I remember saying, because I just got back from Trinidad, and I remember saying, singing the song, Lord, whatever you do in this season, don't do it without me. Even though when I sing the song, and I sang it then, and I said, don't sing it if you're not going to mean it. And I meant it. Lord, whatever you're doing in this season, don't do it without me. So I went the first 2 or 3 times, the first time I went to see Jada at St. Kitts Hospital, and then I understood her problem, because I've seen her before, I heard about what was going on before, and the very first time I went to see her, and I walked away from it, and I thought, wow, I just prayed and said, Lord, I hope you heal. And Lord says, well, what are you going to do about it? So I'm thinking to myself, what am I going to do about it? Well, why don't you become a donor after you heard two have tried and it didn't work? Why don't you? I'm like, okay, I don't know what my blood type is. So I went back to the mother and asked her if she don't mind. And she said, sure, great. Me now not knowing what my blood type is, I did the blood thing, and they said that they told me they're going to call me back on the Monday. They didn't call me back on the Monday. I says, great, yeah, I'm not blood type, so, a part of me was like kind of sad they didn't call me back, another part of me, well, I guess it's not God's will. But they come back to Tuesday and says, you are a match. So, okay, that's good. I must say though, they've been very, very supportive, very, very helpful. They've even, along the way, been asking me time and time, anytime you feel like pulling up, because we know it can be very overwhelming, about what you have to do. But honestly, I am not nervous. Anxious, I am. Nervous, I'm not. I'm anxious. I feel like, as I said to somebody today, for those of you listening to Friday, this is Sunday, I said to somebody that I feel like a pregnant woman in the last month of her pregnancy, she's just like, I just want to get this baby out and get over with. So that's the feeling I have. And I also feel very honored to be able to do something like this. I feel all of a sudden like somebody's giving me the most precious jewel in the world and says, take care of this until I come back for it. And to me, it's like, wow, what an honor to be for God to allow me to give a piece of me to spare somebody else's life. And we know blood is life, and this is all part of blood here. And it's kind of like, it's a tremendous lesson to me. It's life changing. By the time I've gone through this and come out of it, I would have known and understand who God is even deeper, and understanding just by this simple act what He did for me at the cross is nothing can compare to that. There's no comparison with what I am doing. You know, the question being asked, are you afraid of dying? Because there are risks of that. No. To be absent from the body is to be present to the Lord. So I'm comfortable with that. So I know who my Savior is, so I don't have to worry about that. But I still believe there's more work for me to do here, so I will be back. You'll see me you'll hear about me next Friday. These guys are keeping a blog on it anyway, so they'll make sure it's up and running. And you know, just go on the blog, streampraiseradio.com, go on the blog page, and when you check out there, they'll give you all the information. As well, we're going to be putting up shortly information on Ted Smith, whose mother's Carol. She's also pretty much ill right now, and she's having couple of infections, and she too should be having a liver transplant on the 24th of this month. Ted is the donor, and I know he's pretty concerned about his mom right now, and just remember her in prayer. Carol, I think probably last name might be Smith, I'm not quite sure, but I think it's Carol Smith. So you want to keep her in prayer, keep Ted in his prayers as well. You know, this could become very nerve-wracking. As a recipient, it's cool. As the donor, it's pretty much pressuring of what you may have to do and what has to be done. So really and truly, for all my support and prayers that I've been having, I want to thank everyone for that. And by the time you hear this on Friday, I will be recuperating from my pain. George, Sabrina, thank you so much for joining me here at streampraiseradio.com. We do hope to look forward to speaking to you. See you on Tuesday if I can recognize who you are. If I'm not too drugged up. But we will talk, and God bless you. Thank you for coming in and sharing the torch with me.
You're welcome.
Amen.
God bless.
God bless.